Hi, my name is Martha. I'm a sexologist based in Singapore, and my company is called Eros Coaching. This is the third of 3 videos that I'm bringing to you talking about the issue of vaginismus. In the previous video, I talked about what is vaginismus. In the second video, I addressed some of the myths and facts around vaginismus. In this video, I want to talk more about my program Sex Possible and how I came up with it. When I was training to be a sexologist, I couldn't believe that there was such a condition that would affect a woman so badly that it can affect her self-esteem. It is very much linked to her fertility and her desire to have a baby, and it can actually lead to loss of friction as well as a breakdown in her relationship. As somebody who loves and enjoys sex, who stands up for sex in my home country Singapore, who is an advocate of positive sexuality, this condition was really very heartbreaking for me because I'm a woman myself. And so when I started my practice, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what would be the most common issue, and it turned out to be vaginismus. In the last 6 years, I've worked with more than 250 couples with vaginismus. Many of my clients go on to overcome vaginismus and to have their baby. Some of them, of course, do not overcome vaginismus because some people are just not able, not willing to deal with this issue no matter how much support I'm able to give them. So let me tell you a little bit more about Sex Possible. Sex Possible came about because I started feeling really affected, really sad that I couldn't help more people. I had clients flying in from neighboring countries around Singapore because they couldn't get the support that they needed in their own country. So countries that they came in from included Malaysia, Indonesia, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, China. I also have had inquiries from as far as Canada. When these people from my neighboring countries started coming to see me, it is of course an honor and privilege to work with them, but beyond that, it is expensive and not really practical for them to see me often. This was when I decided that I had to do something about it, and that led to me making the decision to do it online, even though I had not done one program online and I was scared to bits. Sex Possible, therefore, is an accumulation of all my skills, my expertise, my knowledge, my experience. It is not just something that I read from a textbook and then decided to make into a program. It is something that I actually have had experience working with clients, and I'm also sharing in Sex Possible my personal insights and my own concepts that I have in explaining what sex is about to ladies. Sex Possible is 24/7, it's an online program, and it is not just 28 days, it's a 28-day program, but you have it for life. There are 28 videos, 28 transcripts, and every lesson is different. They are split into bite-sized lessons so that it's much easier for the woman to digest it. And certain lessons can actually be watched together as a couple, or even better, do the entire program together as a couple. The different lessons follows a different theme. There are 28 lessons, therefore 4 weeks. Every week has 7 days. Every day in that 7 days has a different theme, and the theme repeats itself the next week and the next week. So for instance, the first week could have maybe a FAQ, and then the next week on that same day would have a FAQ. And this variety helps the woman to tackle it not directly, which is very intimidating, but more in an indirect, interactive, casual way. At no point in this program do I force the woman to have penetration when she's not ready. Some women feel that they need to finish the entire program before they feel comfortable to do inserting. This can happen with some women who are just trained to really do research about a certain issue, and depending on the woman, depending on how she is, she can go in whatever rate, whatever pace that she would like. I'd like to add that because I'm so passionate about this issue of vaginismus, I'm so confident about the content of this program that I'm actually throwing in free email support. If you take Sex Possible, then the email support is free. I'll be able to answer any question around the program and give suggestions and advice around what might be the next step for you if you're going through this program to overcome vaginismus. This program will also be very useful actually for women who have not been able to consummate their marriage. Sometimes it happens where a couple comes in where both of them are virgins. Actually, the program that I teach in Sex Possible is also applicable to people who are inexperienced with sex, don't understand what to expect, don't understand what to do when it comes to having penetration. Sex Possible is also able to help people who have unconsummated marriage. So just let me know if you have any questions about the program Sex Possible. There are lots of concepts inside which will help you to really understand more about the issue of vaginismus, but also how to have a positive attitude towards sexuality. For me personally, as a sexologist and as someone who loves sex, I would be really doing my clients a disservice if I just teach them how to overcome vaginismus but not care about the rest of their life and the joy and pleasure that can be had in sex. So I do cover different concepts. One of it, for instance, is the body, mind, heart concept to understanding the sexual issue, the fine line between pain and pleasure. I use different analogies as well as personal stories so that women can really begin to understand from a woman's perspective what to expect. Sometimes we have, hearsay and we read negative articles and bad stories that we hear from other people, and then we assume that that's the same for everyone. It's not true. Not everybody has a very bad experience with losing their virginity. I had a very positive, reaffirming, empowering experience when it came to losing my virginity, even though I didn't have vaginismus. But I'm going to be sharing in Sex Possible all the different things that I did which were right. And that is the reason why I enjoy sex, love sex, and sign up for sex. Sex Possible has 3 sign-up options. The first one is the product by itself. The second one is the product plus 1 Skype coaching session. If you're in Singapore and you would like to have a face-to-face session instead, that's completely okay. The third one is the product plus 4 Skype or face-to-face sessions with me, each lasting an hour. You can choose to have 1 session every week, or you can choose to have the 4 sessions after you finish the program. And if you do overcome vaginismus before and you still have 4 sessions, then what you can do is we can actually use those sessions and talk about other things. There's so many things about sexuality that I could cover. For instance, best handjob, blowjob techniques, sexual communication, eye gazing, tantric techniques that you can do to enhance your lovemaking, and we can also discuss things around maybe sex after baby and so on and so forth. There's just so many things that I could talk about. So if you take option 2 or 3, it definitely is cheaper than if you add on a coaching session later on. And this is something that you may need to sit with and decide which one you feel most comfortable with. If you choose to take it later, to arrange for coaching later, it will just simply be more expensive. That's the only difference. I've made it really economical because I want to help more people, and I have packaged it in such a way. I hope this is useful to you and you will sign up to Sex Possible soon. I hope to see you at the very other end and to be able to work with you very, very intimately. In the meantime, keep loving yourself, live life fully, and stay lovely. This has been Martha of Eros Coaching.